especially the ball hawking today. Looked like the guys breaking on the ball, made some plays back there.
Yeah, we had, I guess we had 4, and then I always count fourth down stops. The problem on the flip side in a spring game, one side gets a nice turnover, but it just gives the other side a short field. So your defense is out there again with it, but that's good for us. All those situations are good for us. It's hard to come on top, but it's been an emphasis all spring. We always emphasize it, you know, just trying to maybe just find different ways, you know, and nobody has the answer on all the time of how those come. Some of them come, some of them don't. I think it goes back to having better players on the field. Guys with speed that are around the ball, guys that have a natural instinct of timing on when to, you know, get up the deep ball, and the natural guys knows how to strip a little bit better. We work on it all the time. So we have to, and that's what lacked last year. We have to have the ability to get our offense more drives, and that's just our job. So whether it be stopping the drives by forcing punts or turnovers, one of the two.
You mentioned the speed. Mike mentioned the speed on defense. Is it different than last year and even other years?
I don't think so. I mean, we've had some, you know, we've had good speed. It's probably not the fastest around. We're definitely not the worst. I mean, that you got to be able to do that, and hopefully we're recruiting that way. I think a lot of people can run real well. Ours is, you know, you saw out there today, you know, missed assignments create X plays, and probably last year we probably had way too many, and so I think we've helped ourselves out there. And today, in some long yardage situations, you know, we didn't have any sub packages today. It was just all base the whole time. So, you know, that kind of limits us what we can do also. But yeah, I mean, speed's good. You got to recruit that, but I think a lot of people can run. We got some receivers that can run, as you saw today. I mean, our guys we got some playmakers on that side of the ball, and you got a little taste of it. And they just made us better this spring.
Depending on what guy you talked to this spring, each one had a different take of what the phrase that you guys are on with, take it back. What does it mean to you?
Oh, we're taking the ball back. Yeah, that's us. That's a defensive deal. We're taking it back. It was on all. I told them, hey, just use it all the time. You think about it when you wake up, thinking about it. When you, you know, when you're out there in the social media world, you know, that needs to be on the forefront. I just want to know that that's as important to you as it is to me, and you realize how that's going to affect us making a run at this thing. Is we got to get better in that area. So, you know, it's left to be seen what that means. We could be, you know, here in a few months going, Coach, you said to take it back and you're not taking it back. It's all about, you know, how you play that next game. But we're trying to try to emphasize it more.
How's the depth you're developing at corner going to help you this fall?
Really good. You know, last year we just didn't have it. You know, right off the bat, Ramon has to come in and play, and he wasn't ready to play. He's still learning. I mean, he's still making young footwork mistakes and hand mistakes to get himself out of position early. Most of the times when you see a corner get beat, it's the first split second of the play when that happens. But boy, he comes off and he says, Coach, I'm going to get it right. You know, so he's going to be fine. He's going to keep getting better. But to have Ashton back, and then Mike Tavius coming on, you know, Mike Tavius has been here a long time. It's time for him to produce, and he knows that. And he's going to have an opportunity to do that. And then, you know, a transfer that comes in might create some depth. It allows us to do what we couldn't do last year, but we did 2 years ago, is play some different sub packages in different situations in different games, and we just couldn't do it last year, and it hurt us. It hurt us against teams that spread the field and can run and throw and have quarterback runs. It hurt us a lot. So hopefully we have to, you know, have to build on that and do a good job, us as coaches, of finding that right combination of personnel groupings in the fall once we get everybody in there.
James Castleman in the middle talk about your defensive tackles and just a little.
Yeah, I saw James and Ofa out there, you know, and they were saying, gosh, Coach, I wish we just had one more year. And I said, you know, I usually don't single out certain people, but, you know, Vili had an injury this spring, so he just only practiced the first couple. So he was a guy that really needed spring because he played some last year, and we were counting on him. Hey, you're a mainstay now. The transfer, Mote, has been good. You know, as typical, he's got the size already and the strength that 310. Just in our system and the speed of the game, he's going to get better and better every practice. And the guy we really need to come on did. And if I had to give a most improved from the guys that weren't here last year, not counting the transfers, but a guy that was here last year, it would be Vincent Taylor. That was a guy that we had to have come on to get in that rotation and become and show that he was a better player than he was last year. And that, hey, we can win with this guy in the Big 12. He might not have to play 40 or 50 snaps, but he might have those 20 or 30 need to be legitimate snaps, and Vincent did that. And I told the whole team that. And I challenged him. When I said that about the middle of the spring, I said, you're playing great. And then I immediately said, now forget what I just said. I said, you better go win today and still stay hungry. And he did. So I was very proud of Vincent. That was a big key for us because of what you said, because there's 2 new guys there that are going to have to be the mainstay guys. So we'll probably tackle that with probably 3 or 4 guys.
Based on what you've seen so far, is Jordan
Ladies and
Burton a guy
gentlemen,
who
once
makes
again, we
the
appreciate your
tackle
attendance here at the Orange-White scrimmage here this afternoon. Our meet and greet is coming.
Yep. Yeah. And again, I'm not going to sit up here and sing his praises. I think that's poison, but he's going to have a chance to help us. He's bought into our culture of fast. I love that kid, and is humble and hungry, and he's on the edge of his seat every meeting. He asks the right questions, and it hurts him when he doesn't do right. Those are my kind of guys, and he's going to help us.
How much does it, last year, at times you played good defense, at times you had issues, but the offense also had its struggles. It looks like the offense this season is going to be much improved. How much does that just relieve pressure off you guys? Gave up 24 points last year, you're probably going to lose. Give up 24 points this year, probably going to win.
I can't say that. I mean, I kind of don't think that way, but based on what you just told me, because all I think about is the difficult situations we might be in. But obviously, what you said helps us out tremendously. And I love it. We got some dynamic playmakers, I think, on offense, and it forces people to play different. It would force me to game plan different against playing us than I would other people because of some matchup issues that our guys are going to give some people fits. So it's all left to be seen to what happens when it gets on the field. But obviously, more points you score, the better. And but our job is, if it's a 48-point game on our side, then we just make them score less. If it's if we have to keep them within a couple scores, then we will. So it's whatever the situation dictates for me that I'm concerned about. But our offense did have a very good spring, I believe. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.